Thank you, Professor Chen, for introducing me for this presentation. So I'm from the Chinese University of Hong Kong in the Department of Geography and Resource Management. And my paper is about the development of urban infrastructure in Hong Kong, okay? Actually using the case of international airport expansion projects. So I will look at briefly about the urban governance and the politics of growth, and the issues of the airports in the world city. And then we look at the public engagement and consultation, and how we can reach a consensus on building the third runway in Hong Kong, and with a very brief conclusion. So actually the Hong Kong Airport Authority in year 2011 announced a 2013 plan for the Hong Kong International Airport. This project, of course, is very controversial. And this paper will use this case to argue for the issues of urban governance and the politics for major development projects in Hong Kong. This is an example, particularly how different stakeholders participating in reaching a decision for the expansion of the major airports. Okay. So as we know, Hong Kong has a very special governance system, different from China, maybe also different from Western countries. We have a Hong Kong SAR government, we have political leaders, and then we also have very good civil servants. They're learning the government, but we also have separate legislative council. They will actually have power to approve the projects and provide funding for major developments. So we have two different groups out there. And as we know, the government officials actually are not members of Legislative Council. So the decision had to be got approval from Legislative Council. This is a very difficult task for the government leaders. Okay. So anyway, we see there's very, complicated or subtle relations between Hong Kong SAR government and the Legislative Council. Okay, Legislative Council. And also in Hong Kong, we have very strong the civil societies, NGOs, the social organizations are very strong. And they have actually the people, some scholars argue that Hong Kong's civil society now become very mature after 1997. Actually, before 1997, the colonial government of UK also have some consultation with the public. But today, they argue the civil society now actually much more strong demands. They not only want to be consulted, they actually want to say the decision is made by them. I want that. The government have to listen to them. So we see that the civil society actually play a very important role in the actual implementation of many projects. Okay. So this is the background of Hong Kong's situation. And so this is what I try to describe the current situation of Hong Kong in society. Now Hong Kong is very complex society. Okay, in terms of social groups, I try to, maybe too simple, but I try to divide them into two contrasting groups. One is supporting, one is against. Okay. So for example, in terms of we have some people supporting development, okay, airport development, other developments. So we say pro-development group. But we also have other people against the development because they have environmental concerns. So these people usually are opposite. Okay. And we also have some people supporting government. We also have people not supporting government. We have people supporting Hong Kong-China integration. We also have people against the relation between Hong Kong and China. We also have people not people supporting central government in Beijing, but we also have people not supporting or against the central government in Beijing. We also maybe much minor. Some people want Hong Kong independent. We may be very small, but we also have people very strong supporting the basic law, supporting one country, two systems. So we say Hong Kong is very complicated. We have different forces that are contrasting over there. But for our airport projects, I think we also have to look at the process, how this project can be implemented in Hong Kong, okay? So basically for any projects in a city or in Hong Kong, they have to go through different stages. Firstly, usually government will propose, I have a project to be implemented in Hong Kong, initiation, okay? Then you have to do the technical feasibility study, whether it is feasible to building or expanding the airport or other projects, okay? Then stage 3 in Hong Kong is popular. We must go in through the public consultation to seek the views from the public, whether it is supporting such kind of projects. If they say no, then nothing can happen. So we say public consultation. Then government will make a decision say, based on the public views. Then you have to go to environmental assessments, EIA, environmental impact assessments. If it's no, then the project will stop. Okay. So if it is approved, then government will go to the legislative council for money, for funding. Okay. So the legislative council can usually they say they want to. Usually, the opposite party will try to not approve that. Anything goes to there, they try to deny that. Okay. So we say it's very tough to call the support from this council to give the money for the project. Okay. So if this is passed. It's also possible for someone to delay the project. Any person, a person in Hong Kong can go to the court, say, I need a judicial review. The government has made a wrong decision. Okay, I want to review this process. So we have a number of cases going through this kind of process. Okay, and usually, as the court say, government is doing the right thing, but it will involve time delays. Because the court may involving several months, several years to go through mutual decision. This can go the green light. So you see this is a very complicated process. So eventually, if everything is okay, then it can start implementation. So Hong Kong is very famous. We say we have many good projects, but we take a long time to make a decision, and also take a long time to implement. Much slower than China or other countries. That's our situation is facing. Okay. So anyway. In this process, the public view is very important. If a majority of public say no, this project will be stopped. Okay? So we say it's very important for government to get support from public for the airport project. Okay? So this is my framework to try to show how different stakeholders involved may influence in the final progress of the projects. So including, we say, the business sector, the business chambers, usually they were supporting growth and development. We have experts, professionals, usually coming from academics, universities. They have views on these issues. We have environmental NGOs, other NGOs, they have very different interests. So we have their say in the process. And we also have the political parties, okay, social political groups. They also have their own views. So then government usually will go through the consultation process, seminars, meetings, okay, try to exchange with the public, okay, to informing the public about the situation of the projects. The media, most people will make use of the media to disseminate your own views to the public, try to get support from the public about these projects. Okay, so it's very, I mean the media is also very, very important. So try to informing the public. The public will actually show their results in the polls. We have lots of polls, okay, to show whether the public is supporting that or against that. Okay, then government and the legislative council will actually look into this poll result to see whether we should go ahead or we should stop. That's what we say. Okay, so eventually you have this funding decisions. Okay. So now let's see why the airport is important. And myself is actually very strongly supporting Hong Kong to expanding the airport. Okay, so I writing the newspaper articles as well, try to informing the public. We should supporting this kind of projects. Okay, why we say that Hong Kong is an Asia world city. For a world city, you are internationalized. The most important thing is your mobility. How can you support your mobility? It is airport. Supporting the flows of people, goods, and many things. Okay, so we say the Hong Kong airport is very important to Hong Kong because in year 2012, it's actually a very big airport. Hong Kong's airport number 13 in the world. And in terms of air cargo, Hong Kong airport is number 1. So we say it's a very important airport in the world. Okay. But if we want to maintain our Hong Kong's world city status, we think that we need a much bigger airports. Okay, why we think? Because our airports now is facing the limit of capacity. Okay, so this is our maximum capacity by 2030. The airport can only carry 74 million passengers. So something along the 2021 after that, the total demand of airport will be greater than our capacity. So we have to say no to many passengers. We are unable to carry you through Hong Kong airport because the current airport capacity will be limited by them. Okay, so that's why the government actually proposing in the consultation documents we have two choices. Option 1, we only still have 2 runways. Current situation, we only made a small investments, try to increasing its capacity a little bit more. Okay, But we have small investments, of course we have small returns, okay? The second option is adding the 3rd runway. We're starting from 2 runway now, we have 3rd runway, so very big investments, but also we expect to have very big returns. So economically, it is feasible. We have investments, you have returns. Have 3rd runway up, 3rd runway. So this is our proposed expansion. So this is our current international airports. We have 2 runways there, okay? So the proposed projects adding the 3rd runway over there. So, but it's very expensive. Now, more than 100 billion Hong Kong dollar. I think this cost, very expensive cost. Okay. So how can we proceed? So governments, so the Hong Kong Airport Authority is a stakeholder. Okay, he actually like to expanding the airport. Okay, they argue the airport is vital to Hong Kong society and the economy. Okay, and they actually very well designed consultation documents say that our airport is our future. Okay, so they argue that Hong Kong should actually supporting the expansion of this airport. They design a very nice cover. It's a tree. Hong Kong is like a tree. This tree is actually supported by the airport. Without the airport, Hong Kong's economy will not grow. I think they very convincingly argue to the public that Hong Kong airport is very important to the future of Hong Kong. This is the design as a tree. The tree is actually grow from the airport. The airport is supporting the whole Hong Kong's economy. Okay. And then the public, as we said, we have a public consultation exercise. Okay. That usually in Hong Kong we have many projects. We have public consultation, usually lasting for 3 months. 3 months. Okay? In 3 months, any people can say your views, and we collecting all these views, then do analysis, and then we say what is the public views on that. Then government may make a decision. The 3 months. Of course, sometimes some people say, in the end of the consultation, they say, "Oh, I haven't said anything yet. I want to say more." And sometimes when the consultation period is closed, they say that, "Oh, the consultation is not enough. You should still extend the consultation so people let other people say more views on that." So we say they also have debates on this kind of consultation exercise. Anyway, we have this consultation, okay? And then we have various kind of people will express their views on that, including, of course, the Hong Kong government officials that strongly supporting the Hong Kong airport expansion projects. We also have other organizations, for example, Hong Kong Idea Center, they're strongly supporting the Hong Kong's economy in the future. So they say Hong Kong airport is essential to expand. Okay. But we also have other people against that, particularly environmental NGOs, because the airport will be claimed land from the sea. We're affecting the ocean ecology. Then this way is kind of damage. So they say no, they don't want any kind of growth in Hong Kong. So we say yes, they have their own views. And they have lots of mobilization to the public, try to get more support from the public to say no to the government projects. Okay, so we see. I don't have time to go to details. Anyway, they have lots of voice from the NGOs against the projects. Okay. And then government also doing a questionnaire survey to the public. Okay, distributed all over Hong Kong. And then people can submit their views through this kind of survey. So of a total, more than 20 survey forms are received from the public, excluding 3,000. The information is not valid, so only about 20 feedback. Then you're doing an analysis how many people are supporting that. So we see that actually for the Hong Kong international airports, this time government is right. We got 73% of people say it should be go ahead in terms of adding the 3rd runways, option 2. Only 11% say we want option 1. That's meaning we're still using the 2 runway system. And the 16% say we are neutral. I don't say 1 or 2. So we say generally we see the very good support for the airport expansion. Then we see why people agree that the airport project should be expanded. We see the people usually think because they think that these are the number of benefits to the Hong Kong because the airport is very important. Okay. But also we see that some people people are aware of the environmental impact, also aware of the cost of construction. We say 70% people say environmental impact is important. Also the cost, expensive cost, also important. Okay. then we see a little bit as 1 or 2 slides more, I think. Okay. So then we are asking people if you don't consider environmental impact and the cost of construction, what do you think? And they say that, I will 55% will say I will prefer option 2. Then we have 30% will prefer option 1. Then we say if you consider environmental impact and the expensive cost, what do you think? Then we say 37% still supporting the option 2. But more people will say, I will prefer option 1, so 30%. But we see that balance still, more people supporting expansion. But we have more people say, 30% people say, maybe we actually meaning 2 language system. But generally we say overall, we say even including considering environmental impact, considering the expensive cost, more people are supporting expanding the airport, more than the people against the expansion of airport. So we see very clearly we have majority support for the airport expansion. Okay. So we say I will try to use in this case to see how the Hong Kong situation is very complicated. Okay, we have supporters from the public, from NGOs, from different groups, but we also have the strong voice against the airport expansion. But I mean, this may be the same in many other cities or countries that you have projects, you have support, you have not support. But we see that through this kind of public consultation, we see that basically we got a majority support from the public. But anyway, we see still have maybe 11% strongly against that. But we also see 30% against the airport. But these 30% people may still there. So even you approve that, they must still go on the street. They'll say no. They can do lots of more things. Okay, so how can we solve such a kind of problem? Even say more than 50% people supporting that. We have some minority environmental NGOs that still say no. Okay. Of course, I think generally, if once we have this majority support, this project will go ahead. But we will still have to consider these minority views against the projects. So this, I think, we still have many things to consider about this, the politics of growth of cities in many situations as well. Thank you very much.